All right, everybody, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Yeah, always ready to dive in.
Okay, cool. So today we're looking at tokenized securities.
Ooh, very interesting.
Yeah. Basically, imagine a world where you can own a little piece of a Picasso
Oh,
or
yeah.
like a fraction of a skyscraper, just like buying stocks.
Hmm. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, yeah. And it's actually becoming a pretty big deal. Big players like, BlackRock are getting involved.
Yeah, they are all over it for sure.
And well, that kind of brings us to the big news today. It's this company, 21X, out of Frankfurt. And they just landed a huge e-regulatory win.
Yeah, this is really a landmark event.
So what exactly did 21X pull off here?
Well, they secured approval to launch a blockchain-based exchange, and not just from anyone, from BaFin.
Ah, BaFin, Germany's top financial regulator. That's pretty impressive.
Very, this is huge for Europe, for blockchain technology in general.
So when is this all supposed to happen?
Early 2025, they said.
Okay, so not too far off.
No, not at all.
And tell me more. What do we know about this exchange?
Well, they're going to be running it on the Polygon blockchain.
Polygon, yeah. Known for its speed and scalability. Good choice.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good fit for something like this. And to start, they'll be offering, well, kind of the usual tokenized stocks and bonds.
Makes sense. Get the ball rolling with the familiar stuff.
Right, exactly. But here's where it gets interesting. The real potential lies in what they plan to do next.
Okay, I'm all ears. What else are they cooking up?
Well, they've talked about expanding into other assets, things like real estate, even fine art.
Hold on, wait. So you're saying I could potentially own like a tiny sliver of a Monet?
Exactly. It's mind-blowing.
Right. That's wild. But what does this mean for, for the average investor? Like, why should they care about this?
Well, it makes investing in these traditionally illiquid assets much more accessible. Normally you need to be like an accredited investor or super wealthy to even think about owning a piece of a Monet or a Manhattan high-rise.
Right, right. It's a very exclusive club.
Exactly. But tokenization could change all of that. And the timing couldn't be better, with MiCA on the horizon.
MiCA, yeah. That new set of crypto regulations in Europe, I feel like that's going to be a game changer, a big deal.
Absolutely. It basically brings, the crypto Wild West under control. It aims to protect investors, prevent market manipulation, that kind of thing.
So it provides a sort of framework, right, for companies like 21X to operate within.
Precisely.
Okay, so 21X, they've got the regulatory green light. They're riding this MiCA wave, and they're aiming to tokenize the world.
Sounds pretty ambitious.
It does, but was it really that easy? Like, do they just walk into BaFin and get this approval handed to them?
Oh, no, not at all.
What did it involve?
This was a grueling process, like 18 months long.
Oh, okay, 18 months. That's a pretty long time.
Yeah, and it involved a lot more than just BaFin, actually. They had the German Federal Bank, ESMA, even the European Central Bank involved. Like, everyone was providing input.
That's a pretty serious lineup.
Yeah. So definitely not a walk in the park. They were really put through the ringer.
Makes sense. I mean, this is pretty groundbreaking stuff.
Yeah, and 21X's CEO even called it, let me see, he said it was a groundbreaking moment for capital markets.
Okay. Is that just hype, though, or is there something more to it?
I think it's more than just hype, to be honest. 21X is really bridging the gap between blockchain technology and traditional finance.
Yeah. They seem to be really emphasizing trust, security, and compliance.
Mm-hmm. And they need to, right, to gain the confidence of both investors and regulator.
Right. But how are they backing up those words? I mean, what are they actually doing to make sure their platform is secure and trustworthy?
Well, so far they've been a little tight-lipped on the specifics, but they have mentioned, things like robust KYC and AML procedures.
Oh, okay. So know your customer and anti-money laundering stuff. Makes sense.
Yeah, just like you would see in, traditional finance. And, Polygon itself has some pretty advanced security protocols on their blockchain.
Right. So you have that blockchain layer of security built in.
Exactly. And I think, having institutions like the ECB involved in the approval process, well, that suggests a pretty high level of scrutiny.
Yeah. It sounds like they're not messing around. So it's not just about making these assets easier to trade. It's also about doing it responsibly.
Absolutely. That's key.
Now, are there any potential downsides to this or hurdles that they might face?
Well, for sure, there are always challenges. This level of accessibility could attract a lot of, let's say, inexperienced investors.
Yeah, people who might not fully understand the risks.
Right, exactly. And, educating users about, the risks and complexities of all this is going to be crucial.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And then there's always the issue of market volatility, right? I mean, these tokenized assets are still tied to the value of the underlying asset.
Right, so if the real estate market crashes, those tokenized fractions of a building, they're going to go down too.
Precisely. So this isn't like a guaranteed get-rich-quick scheme. There are risks involved, just like with any investment.
Right, good point.
But the potential is just massive, It really makes you think. If you could invest in anything as easily as buying a stock, I mean, anything at all, what would be at the top of your list?
Ooh, that's a good question. Honestly, uh, I think maybe a piece of a classic car,
Oh, nice. Which one?
like a vintage Porsche, maybe,
Yeah.
or even better, a share of a vineyard.
A vineyard. Wow, that's a good one.
Right. Imagine getting dividends in the form of wine.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's thinking outside the box. It's really, it's amazing to think about all the possibilities.
It is. It's pretty mind blowing, and it really feels like 21X is just the tip of the iceberg here.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this whole world of tokenized securities is just getting started.
Yeah, this is we're witnessing a paradigm shift. It feels like.
Definitely. Definitely. It's really changing how we think about ownership and investment. It's a story worth following.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe we'll do a whole new deep dive on this
Yeah.
later on down the line as things develop.
I think we'll have to. It'll be interesting to see how this all unfolds.
Yeah. Okay, so until then, everyone keep your eyes peeled because this is going to
Yeah.
be an exciting ride, that's for sure.